Alright, so this has been sitting in the corner of my bedroom here for about a week. Oh!
Finish him!
Oh my gosh. Hi, my name is Adriana, and today I will be building a new bookcase, organizing my books on that new bookcase, and giving you a tour of my new bookshelves. This is going to be kind of a little bit of a different video. I'm not just going to be sitting here on the couch, obviously. There is a bookcase to build. So it's going to be kind of more vloggy, I suppose. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, I just got home and there's the box for the shelves. It's very tall and there's a definite distinct possibility I will not be able to get it inside by myself. Alright, I managed to get it inside. It's freaking huge. It is much bigger than the one I had been using. So, I probably won't get this put together today, but I might try to do it on like Sunday or something. I think Trip wants to go outside. But yeah, I managed to get it in here all by myself. All 77 pounds. Let's go. This has been sitting in the corner of my bedroom here for about a week. Oh my gosh. So I think it's probably about time I get it put together. Got it. I'm gonna booty guru this. There we go. And then we got. It's a 2-in-1. Come on, focus back again. There we go. No! Where are you focusing? Anyways. This is my favorite screwdriver. I use it for so many things. If you need adult supervision with power tools, you should probably just accept that you need adult supervision with power tools. So as it turns out, the reason you don't use a drill on screws to like drive them in is because it strips out the end here and then it can't do anything. So I'm going to Lowe's and getting new screws so that I can put the new screws in with the impact drill and actually have it work. So, off to Lowe's! Okay, so I finally got the bookcase put together last night. I just kind of threw the books back on the shelves because I wasn't ready to quite organize them yet. and I had to grab books from other places to get them up here. So I'm only showing you, I guess, the top 4 shelves. There's a shelf here on the bottom that I'm going to use for my yearbooks and some textbooks of my and my boyfriend's, just because they're a little heavy, and like this thing overall is a little janky. So I think I just want to keep all the heavy stuff on the bottom and kind of out of the way, and then I'll put, thank you, dog. I guess I can kind of tilt this down so you can see that a little bit. But yeah, so just textbooks across the bottom here that I'll leave down there, and then I will use these top 4 as just kind of all my fiction books and whatnot and other things. So I think I'm just going to try to get started as far as organizing them goes. I prefer to organize my books by color, but we'll see what it kind of ends up looking like, because I think I do want to have a dedicated TBR shelf, but I don't know if I'm going to end up having enough room to do that. But I'm just going to get started and we'll see what happens. So I technically have all the books in there in like the order I want them in, but I still have another shelf down here that I'm not utilizing. So I think I want to spread them out so I have some space to put in some little knickknacks and stuff that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that and beautify it up a little bit. So, I think I have it set up the way I want to, at least for the next while, until I get a bunch more books and I inevitably have to rearrange again. So I think I will switch the camera to a handheld position and I will do a little bookcase tour, bookshelf tour. That's a thing that people do on BookTube. Okay, so starting on my TBR shelf, I think if you're on my channel very often, you kind of know that I try to get most of my books from the library, so these are the only physical copies that I have on the docket, I guess, to read. There are some books in here that I haven't read before, but they're just not something that I'm prioritizing. These are all the physical books that I am prioritizing for my TBR. So good old James Rowland, some Michael Crichton, some books I found at Costco, and some other stuff. So then moving on to the red and orange section, got a little bit of F. Scott Fitzgerald, some classics. I actually talked about these little bad boys in the fantasy reader tag that I did. Some Percy Jackson. This is actually a textbook from a class I took in college on ancient Roman civilization, but I don't know. I keep it, oh, no, that's going to be a problem. But I keep it around because you never know when you want to read up on the ancient Romans, those crazy kids. This is a book I haven't read, but I'm not going to really end up prioritizing it. It is a sequel to The Disappearing Spoon, which is just kind of more of a... It's almost like a collection of short stories as far as scientific discovery and kind of different ways that, you know, kind of like short stories like how penicillin was found. These other 2 books are from a present I got from the Reddit Secret Santa. I think my dog might be eating something. Go underneath the bed and see. Hey, buddy! Are you eating something? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find a better bookend situation for up here, but for now that's gonna have to kind of do. This little bear is just a trinket my mom got for me in Arizona. I really love bears, and I think this is just really beautiful. Looking into the yellow section, we have this, which has been on my channel a couple times. It's totally fallen apart. I might need to get a new copy of it, but I'm partial. Some school things. Actually, all of this. All school, college things that I just haven't done anything with yet. And then I love this clock. My sister gave it to me for a birthday present, and it's really cool and I like it a lot, and I don't actually use it as a clock, but it's just pretty. So moving on to down here, kind of like the cream white section. Like we already talked about Disappearing Spoon. This is one of my favorite trinkets. This is one of my sorority sisters got this for me in college, but it's from the movie Animal House. So yeah, Animal House is one of my favorite movies. I really love this little guy. Again, I've had him since college, and it's incredible. So some more F. Scott Fitzgerald, 1984, some kind of outdoorsy ones, another one of those little Mythomanias that I talked about, some good old Shel Silverstein for all the nostalgia feels. So again, outdoorsy hiking. This I bought at a bookstore, not realizing that it's a sequel, and I never went around and got the first one, so now I just have this one, which is why it's not on the TBR shelf, even though I've never read it. So maybe someday I'll get the first one and read that, and then this will get promoted to the TBR shelf. And then this is the last one I have of that Mythomania series, but I think I'm going to start collecting the rest of them, because a bunch of new ones have come out since I stopped reading these. This is the box paperback set of Percy Jackson that I think a lot of people have now. This I love. This was a Costco find, and it's so beautiful. It's a collection of H.G. Wells. I still have the sticker on there. It's got beautiful sprayed edges, and it's just so pretty. I've never really been a huge H.G. Wells fan, but who knows, maybe this book will convince me to start. Again, more F. Scott Fitzgerald. Can you tell that he is my favorite classic author? This is another textbook that for some reason I put up here. I think it's just because it's paperback and it's light, and I'm not worried about the weight of this tipping over the entire bookcase. But it's my partial differential equations textbook, and it's actually kind of cool. Look, I mean, as far as a textbook cover goes, it's not the worst one I've seen. It's covered in like crappy stickers, but whatever. Oh no, that just made that worse. Whoops. The next one is Dirt Rider Manual from Dirt Rider Magazine. That's a book my dad got me one year. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy I've talked about a bunch on my channel. The Last Odyssey I've talked about a bunch. Tell me you're a 90s kid without telling me you're a 90s kid, but this is obviously one I've had for a good long while. And then, ooh, this is a fun little find. This is a book I started in college, and then you can tell I only got, you know, that much into it because I still have a parking ticket in there as my receipt that I'm sure I never paid. So moving on down here, got my little sticker placard that I got from the Trials season a couple years ago. These two, Map of Time and The Name of the Wind, I'm sure some people will recognize, but they are both books I got in a Reddit gift exchange. They're not super my style, but it's one of those things where if I find myself in need of a book, I do have those. Got a Thesaurus, got my Preston and Child, some more James Rollins, a Women in Mathematics book that Tripp got a hold of when he was a puppy, a little poetry book, again from a Reddit gift exchange, some mythology kind of, I guess, more adult reference book kind of mythology as opposed to the illustrated one I have. Put this guy back over here. Those are just some landscapes that my cousin painted for me a few years back, and I think they're really pretty and I like them a lot. And then, again, like I said before, this bottom shelf will just be relegated to textbooks and old yearbooks, and it'll just kind of hang out there and do its thing. So I guess stepping back, looking at the larger picture here, I'm pretty pleased with how it looks right now. I mean, it'll probably fill up, you know, as I buy more books and whatnot. So that's all I really had planned for this video. You guys watched me build and mess up and organize and took you through the fruits of my labor as far as a tour goes. So I think I'm just going to sign off. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.